Hello and welcome. You're joining me, Anagha Keshav, on this special broadcast that I bring to you from Chennai. The monsoons have arrived and India Today conducted a reality check to really see if the city is prepared for the rains. And over the next half hour, I'll bring you those viral ground reports that has sparked a much needed conversation about the city's civic infrastructure. Let me begin by showing you my two ground reports from south of Chennai, Medavakkam and Pallikaranai. And what I found was honestly appalling. Roads completely broken, puddles all over, and residents facing a hard time to get to their homes and back. Take a look at my ground report.
This is the state of affairs in Chennai. This is the state of preparedness for the monsoon.
Huge potholes.
As part one of a reality check, we visited Medavakkam in Chennai, where potholes pose as death traps and residents risk their lives every day just to make it home.
I'm just going to drive through and show you how difficult it is. This entire stretch of road is riddled with huge potholes. This is how difficult it is for me to drive. I can feel my vehicles shaking as I drive. Just imagine the safety of citizens that has been jeopardized by the Chennai's civic administration. This is nothing but utter lack of apathy and disregard for the citizens of Chennai. In fact, I just had a word with one of those citizens who are residing in this road, and they told me that this particular patch of road has been like this for the last many years. Has this been the road's condition for many years?
Very worst year. Last 4-5 years, this is very worst road. It's not the one bit only. Others all road is good. This one bit is very worst.
Has the area's authority come here ever to inspect the road? Have you ever told?
Come and see, and some little bit and building rashes, we can clear this. After that, it will be again a road problem.
Residents say their pleas for better infra have fallen on deaf ears, and they're not the only ones. Our next stop is Palikarnai, the IT hub of the city, where we decided to conduct a reality check after multiple requests from residents on social media. And here's what we found.
We're reporting from Palikarnai, which connects Velicherry to Medavakkam. This is one of the most popular Chennai's IT hubs, the IT corridor, and you can see the kind of roads that we are talking about. It's half cobblestones, half tar roads. In fact, the civic anger among the people is palpable. After wasting months of sunny days, it is now too late for the government to do any fixes as the rainy season has finally arrived.
Tall claims have been made by the government that they are fully prepared for the monsoon. But is this really their sense of preparedness, of broken roads and death traps for residents? Anagha Keshav in Chennai for India Today.
This is an example of India Today's real journalism and real impact. Moments after India Today reported on the pothole mess in Tenampet, the officials from Municipal Corporation immediately swung into action. But this is the sharp contrast, the stark reality between the roads for VIPs versus the roads for you and me. This is the tale of two Chennais.
A few hours of heavy shower and this is what Chennai received. Waterlogging and broken roads. And a civic administration's assurances that hold no water. India Today went on the ground to show the sad state of affairs that people in Chennai experience during their daily commute. Large craters on the roads, vehicles risking bumpy roads, and waterlogged potholes. Moments after the India Today report, Chennai civic body officials swung into action. Officials began repair work at the spot highlighted by India Today.
What we could see in the morning is that, of course, water has drained in many locations. However, there are sporadic spots like this. This is one of the important roads, Anna Saleh, and the interesting fact is that, like, work is happening of bridge construction or metro in various areas. So there, like, such kind of like localized areas, there are, because of bad roads and such, water stagnation is also visible. We're glad to report that India Today's story coverage on the monsoon rains have made impact on the ground as we speak, because there were two locations that we reported, one from the site and another we mentioned, both on Tenampet, and this is a site we said that this is a location that is being taken by the Chief Minister every day, but even here the roads were really bad, and it has been there like such like kind of fine for almost a week. But as we have spoken on this matter right now, work is in progress where people are here, they have brought in M-sand and they are covering the road, and also they have brought in a JCB through which they are leveling it. As we speak, this is being taken care of. This is a kind of preemptive work we were speaking about earlier itself. This work should have been done at least 3 days before, knowing that there's going to be heavy rainfall and the impact on the ground would be such kind.
India Today went a step further and exposed the shocking bias by civic administration when it comes to VVIPs and common citizens. These are images of lanes in front of residents of VVIPs. India Today visited the lane leading to TVK Chief Vijay's house and the lane opposite key politicians in Chennai, only to find swanky roads there. And these are the visuals of what Chennai's muckle get after paying taxes. Cratered roads with water filled in it.
We are at present, and this is a road where we have Tamizhaga Vetri Kazhagam leader Vijay and other prominent VIPs residents, and look at the way the roads have been maintained. Very less like water stagnation over here. Otherwise, the road is pretty neat, not that much potholes, and it has been kept very clean to make sure that the VIPs at this spot do not have any kind of concern. This is one road, and we're just going to walk now just to show a parallel road on this particular location. And to our left side, you could see what is happening. This is a road that is parallel to where Vijay stays, and unfortunately, this is a condition. You can see the vehicles, how difficult it is for them to travel. And what happened is that one of the concerned citizens from this particular area informed us that this particular road has been in this condition since October 2024.
This is Chennai's Greenways Road locality, with prominent politicians, including Deputy Chief Minister Udayanidhi Stalin's residence, is located. It shows the stark example of how VVIPs get special privileges of clean and swanky roads compared to common citizens.
This is one of the best parts of Chennai. You know why? Because this is where the real VIPs of the city live. Cabinet ministers, top businessmen, the real VIPs of the city live on this very stretch where we are reporting from, the Greenways Road. Just take a look at this road. Smooth, spotless, no cracks, no waterlogging. What an absolute joyride it is to drive on this very stretch of road. Now compare this with Palikarnai, Medavakkam, Madipakkam, Thoraipakkam, the entire OMR stretch of road, Porur, Poonamalli, and there you have your answer.
Tall claims have been made by the Stalin government that it is fully prepared for the monsoon. Promises which now lie fully exposed. With Pramod Madhav and Anagha Keshav in Chennai, Bureau Report, India Today.
My colleague Akshita spoke to some Chennaiites to really find out what they think about the current situation in Chennai and whether the areas that they reside in are monsoon ready or not. Listen in.
These are Chennaiites who are joining us here on India Today to tell what they feel about what's happening in the city right now. Kasturi Shankar is joining us on this broadcast. She's an actor joining us from Chennai. We have Carrie Edwards, voice artist, actor, a very popular RJ also. Lata Srinivasan, film critic. All of you, of course, are veteran Chennaiites, if I may call you that. Carrie, I'd like to begin with you. Are you disappointed looking at these images of Chennai, or Singara Chennai as many call it, or is this something that's become run of the mill that every year we see?
Well, I'd like to say that I'm disappointed, but the sad truth is that every time things like this happen, it kind of just fulfills our expectations. I think we've come to have incredibly low expectations of authorities, especially with regard to roads and electricity and things like that. So yeah, sadly, while I would like to be disappointed, the truth is that my what's the word I'm looking for? Well, it's normalized to a point now that unless there's a massive hole in a road, no one's really considering that a big problem. It's just like, well, yeah, it's monsoon. And that's the sad truth of our existence, is that, this has been normalized to a point where it's really not good for anyone. It's not good for for society. It's not good for the road users. It's not good for the government. There really are no winners.
If we don't seek accountability, how can we really expect the government to kind of wake up from their slumber? I agree with Carrie that we've kind of normalized this kind of below par infrastructure, so much so that politicians also think, look, we don't need to give them anything.
Here's the thing. I'm going to start with what Carrie just said about, unless there is a big hole in the road, Chennaiites will no longer be surprised about anything. I'm going to actually change that and say, unless there is actually a road instead of a hole, that's when Chennaiites will get surprised at this point, because we expect. It's we laugh out of frustration.
Yeah, but it's sad.
But it's not laughing matter. We expect, like you introduced me as a veteran Chennaiite. That's true. But right now, I live in Hyderabad, and I have done so for a while now. Why? Because in Hyderabad, you have water during the summer, and you don't have water during the monsoon. I literally am living here for what others would consider basic necessities. I think of it as a luxury. I'm able to escape to Hyderabad. It's like that. My house is in Poise Garden. I have an independent house in Poise Garden. It's a heritage home, which means it's older than the rest of the properties around it. Poise Garden, if you didn't know, for the unversed, it is the VVIP area.
Yeah, Jayalalitha's residence is there. Rajnikant lives there.
And I want your reporters to go to Poise Garden today and see what is going on there.
We'll do that, yeah.
Yeah, because Udayanidhi doesn't live there. Because even the councillors from our Tenampet area don't live there. So, because the people who are accountable for it don't live there, therefore, Poise Garden actually gets stepmotherly treatment. And God forbid you have an older property where all the water from the road will come into our house, because everybody who is actually there is pumping water out of their premises. So the person who is not there is me. My house is closed. So where will the water go? We are all pumping it out. So those who don't pump out, they are going to be floating. I just want to tell who is responsible for this. Yes, the government. But we no longer expect the government to answer any questions. 2 years ago, they said stormwater drain construction. 4,000 crores. How much? 4,000 crores. So, पिछले साल क्या हुआ? We don't know what happened to the 4,000 crores, but all the sewage water from everywhere was inside our houses. People were going in boats. So then we said, what happened to 4,000 crores? And the mayor of the Chennai, Priya, she said, we didn't expect this kind of rain. Nobody can be prepared for this. We did everything, and the stormwater drains are in place, but they have fallen short of this kind of unexpected rain. I have news for you. There's 2 days of rain. There's 2 days of rain so far.
And this is the beginning of the monsoon.
Yeah, it has rained for 2 days. Day before yesterday and yesterday. And already we are in such a deep hole. So now I'd like to ask the mayor of Chennai, what were you doing? You had 1 year to figure this out. Elections are round the corner. Don't you have any shame? Forget responsibility. Forget accountability. Sharam nahi aati. You don't have any shame.
The civic apathy in Chennai has turned deadly, claiming the life of a 2-year-old. The child's death due to drowning in a waterlogged plot has sent shockwaves across the state. Take a look at another report.
Part 3 of India Today's reality check on Chennai's monsoon preparedness.
This is the state of affairs outside Satyam Theatre. It looks like the government has carried out some kind of a hurried patchwork. This is just after one spell of rain, how the tar has just begun peeling off of this road.
This is a road that is parallel to where Vijay stays, and unfortunately, this is a condition. You can see the vehicles, how difficult it is for them to travel.
After we exposed how ill-prepared Chennai is for the monsoon, now a young life has also been snuffed out. A 2-year-old girl died after falling into a plot filled with rainwater.
There was a lot of waterlogging over here. The child has stepped out of her house, accidentally fallen inside this plot, which was completely waterlogged, then drowned, and then subsequently lost her life. In fact, I just want to show you the depth of this. If you can see that cow over there, it's almost fully submerged. That explains the depth of this water inundated vacant plot that we're talking about.
The Stalin government claimed it's fully prepared for the monsoon, but is now under fire for allowing Chennai's stormwater drainage system to collapse, despite all promises of preventing waterlogging. The BJP's attacked the DMK for what they call substandard road conditions.
They are talking about Singara Chennai, which means a clean Chennai, Singapore, Chennai like Singapore and all that. Hey, we don't want a city like Singapore. We at least want basic amenities, basic roads where people don't keep falling and getting into accidents. The number of road accidents is one of the highest in Tamil Nadu. The 24 hours of rain has exposed the reality of the Chennai Corporation.
Second phase, third phase சொல்லி இன்னைக்கு அரதா நூற்றுக்கணக்கான கிலோமீட்டர் தூரத்திற்கு மெட்ரோ ரயில் பாதை வேலைகள் நடக்குது. அதே மாதிரி இப்போ இங்க நம்ம மத்திய கைலாசாண்ட ஒரு பெரிய பாலம் பணிகள் நடைபெற்றுக் கொண்டிருக்கிறது. இதெல்லாம் நடக்கிறப்ப ரோடு வந்து அங்கங்க கொஞ்சம் டேமேஜ் ஆக தான் செய்யும். ரெஸ்டோர் பண்றதுக்கு கொஞ்சம் முடிஞ்சாதான் வேலை செய்ய முடியும்.
And then there's the iconic Marina Beach, now filled with toxic foam as a result of chemicals being dumped in the ocean. A reminder of the civic mess in the city.
These are the foams that are now actually surrounding the beach. As we speak, there is more that is being pushed by the wave. Such way, when humans and authorities fail to keep a check on water pollution, nature gives us indication, and this is a very important indication of that kind. And you could see over there, the froth as we speak is still developing, building up, and it is actually dotting the entire Marina Beach coast at this point.
Waterlogged roads, large craters, vehicles at risk, and a puddle that turned into a death trap. India Today's reality check has led to a city-wide campaign as citizens now are joining the call for better infra to deal with the monsoon. With Anagha Keshav and Pramod Madhav in Chennai, Bureau Report, India Today.
Every monsoon, it's literally South Chennai that gets underwater. And this is a result of deep-rooted corruption, of buildings that have come up on marshlands, resulting in no space for rainwater to drain. Here's what activists have to say about the mess that has been created in Chennai.
Jayaram, help me understand this. You know, I've lived in Sholinganallur, so I've seen it firsthand, the kind of flooding that happens every time it rains. It's quite simple, really. There's no place whatsoever for the water to drain, and that's because of unplanned development. At the end of the day, do you think that what we're seeing in Palikarnai right now, and the example you're giving of this one particular construction that's happening on the marshland, it's happened for years together, and that's what's led to marshlands completely disappearing in many parts?
That's true. I mean, the Chennai Metropolitan Development Authority is primarily responsible for a planned development. They are responsible for urban planning. But unfortunately, what we are seeing is that time and again, there has been huge amount of constructions that has been happening in a haphazard manner within the marshlands and water bodies, and the complete apathy, lack of apathy that is there is what we are seeing, as a result of which we are seeing heavy flooding in the southern parts of Chennai. And what we are seeing is that even after seeing the flooding in 2015, even after seeing the flooding in 2023, even after a full bench of the Madras High Court sitting and saying that no part of the water body can be allocated for other purposes, and it is the responsibility of the state to restore whatever water bodies that are there. In spite of all this, the government has been going ahead with this unplanned development, with this entire concretization of the marshlands as well. So, and as a result of which we are seeing the kind of flooding.
Nothing's been done on the ground. But when you look at this kind of corruption, it's as blatant as it gets, because it's right in front of everyone's eyes that they can see how marshlands are disappearing. Who's benefiting from this? You know, who benefits from this kind of corruption? Who's pocketing all of that money?
See, it is an open secret that when it comes to construction plan approval and the environmental clearance approval, crores of money is involved in terms of bribe. And over the years, we have also exposed many of these cases where we have even tracked how the money flows back to people at very high places. So therefore, even in this, if you look at it, it's not just the lower level officials who are involved. It is the officials, the public officials at the top. In fact, what we are demanding is the probe must be not only be restricted to the top level officials, but it should also be on the ministers. Because if you look at, for example, CMDA approval, it is not just the member secretary who gives the approval. It is also the circulation note is forwarded to the minister.
Yeah.
So therefore, the minister in charge of CMDA, the minister in charge of forest department, under whom the marshland comes, the minister in charge of environment, all these, when we talk about accountability, we should just not talk about accountability at the lower level, but we should fix the accountability at the topmost level. And that is what we need answers from. Now, question is, let's say the chief minister says, I don't know about it. Now, today you know about it. So you should at least now take steps to cancel it and restore the water body if you don't know about it.
This is just the beginning of monsoon, and it's already clear that the city is not prepared to tackle this mess. But here on India Today, we will continue to follow up. We will continue to ask the right questions, and we will continue to seek accountability. Thank you for joining me on this special broadcast. This is Anagha Keshav signing off from Chennai.